Hey there guys, it's Attack on Samurai, and welcome to week 3 of the OBA. And our opponent for this week is going to be the Los Angeles Accelgors. So I'm recording this on a Sunday. I should have done this, I should have actually made this video on Friday, but unfortunately, SneakyAccelgor, coach of the Los Angeles Accelgors, he couldn't battle during the weekend because he was on vacation. So he actually had sent me a message on Twitter about a few minutes ago saying that he's going to be coming soon. So, well, not soon, but he's just going to be here he's going to be able to battle in a few hours. So yeah. So again, I wanted to do this video earlier, but I just kind of got lazy and not forgot about it, but I just got lazy and didn't do it. But I'm doing it now. So this is his draft. His draft is scary as heck this season. He's got a Starmie, Tyranitar, and Mega Charizard Y for OU. For UU, he's got Roserade, Heracross, and Heliolisk. For RU, he has Accelgor, Druddigon, and Gramble. Druddigon and Accelgor are pretty much like the mons he always tries to get. And then for NU and below, he has Cryogonal, Kricketune, and Gigalith. So a very interesting draft. But he can definitely do a lot of stuff with it too. Well, for one thing, he has the Sand Sun Core with the Mega Charizard Y and Tyranitar. So yeah, it's actually pretty scary. Especially since he has like 2 mons in his draft that can benefit from it. With Heliolisk, Charizard, with Heliolisk ability, Solar Power, its attacks get boosted in the sun, so it definitely has good synergy with Charizard Y, and so does Gigalith with Tyranitar, since Gigalith's ability is Sand Force, I believe, or its hidden ability is Sand Force, so he could run that potentially, but yeah, so this is my team for this week. Bring in Mega Manectric, Pinsir, Charizard, Blaziken, Nidoqueen, Braviary, and Suicune again. So yeah, so I brought Mega Manectric because for one, he doesn't have a ground type, so Mega Manectric is pretty much free to hit anything on his team. So this moveset is going to be Sub, Volt Switch, Flamethrower, and Protect. So basically, with this set, most of the mons that he has on his team like to set up. So preferably, like with Manectric, I'm gonna try and set up on things. Try and set up a sub. So like something that wants to set up Stealth Rocks, or wants to set up like a Swords Dance or something like Heracross, or well, not actually. I don't want to set up on a T-Tar, but basically, getting in the sub up allows for Manectric to take unnecessary damage. You need to take damage with the sub and just get off a free hit on something. And also Protect is the scout stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Mega Manectric. I gave that investment in HP so that way Manectric is able to do, I believe, 3 subs at least with that set. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for Mega Manectric. Just a kind of standard, well, not standard, but just a sub Protect set with the Volt Switch and Flamethrower and Modest. So now we're gonna move on to Wreckage, the Pinsir. So I needed to bring Pinsir. So I felt like I needed to bring Pinsir because it can do so much to his team, especially it being a Scarf Pinsir. Gonna run Moxie as well on this Pinsir. So what Moxie does is that every time Pinsir takes out a mon, its attack gets boosted by 1 stage. So there are definitely like a few mons in his team that don't really want to take a hit from Pinsir. Starmie, T-Tar, Heliolisk, Rosary, Cragonal, bunch of stuff that don't really want to take a hit from this. So that's kind of why I wanted to bring this thing. It's just a huge wall breaker. It can just like do a lot of damage. So yeah, that's why I brought this. So now I'm gonna move on to the next mon, which now we're gonna move on to Blaziken. So Blaziken, actually I didn't want the moveset it had originally, this was the moveset it had, but instead of Sword Dance it had agility. I already had this team, I'm breeding this team right now, in my team, right now in my game, as I'm talking right now. So yeah, I found out that Blaziken, only gets agility through an egg move, so I was just like, you know what, just forget that, I'm just gonna go with Sword Dance. So yeah, so the sash is for a Blaziken to live a hit from any of these for any of his attackers like Starmie or Charizard Y, and then just hit them with an attack. So yeah, so low kick is mainly gonna be for T-Tar and Gigalith, since those are the heaviest monsters in his team. Fire Punch is stab, and it can do a lot to I always forgetting that name. Rosary, Heracross, and Cragonal. And Knockoff is good for getting rid of items and such. So yeah, but originally I wanted agility because then Blaziken could just outspeed stuff. But then I had to worry about sand, but that's why I had the sash. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cough into the mic. But yeah, so this thing's gonna, still Blaziken's gonna put in work though. But agility still would have been nice. Now we're gonna move on to now we're gonna move on to a Nidoqueen. So gonna run Nidoqueen pretty differently this time. Gonna run it with an Assault Vest, pretty much like a mix, and running it as a mixed attacker. So Rock Slide, Sludge Bomb, Earth Power, and Ice Beam. So with this set, Nidoqueen's able to hit Charizard Y with a Rock Slide, and it can also live a hit from Charizard Y. With this set, I believe Solar Beam does about 50 or 60%, and Fire Blast Under the Sun, because it gets Drought, does about, I believe, 80%. So if Nidoqueen can land a Rock Slide, then Charizard Y is going down. Sludge Bomb is also coverage for Granbull and such, and also stab. Earth Power as well, can do a lot with the Heliolisk and the Gigalith and such. And Ice Beam, again, more coverage for his team. So yeah, mainly for the Druddigon and also Rosary. So yeah, this was like the best set. This was the best set I could come up with for Nidoqueen to be able to deal with Charizard Y. And any of his other special attackers. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna move on to Obama, the Braviary. So Braviary is going to be ran especially defensive again, because I didn't really like. Okay, well, technically Nidoqueen is my specially defensive wall, but at the same time I felt like I needed Braviary because I needed something else to take these special attacks. So yeah, so the set is going to be Defog, U-Turn, Brave Bird, and Roost. Brave Bird does a lot to his team. Only has 2 resistances, being Gigalith and T-Tar. So those 2 can definitely take a Brave Bird. U-Turn's going to do a lot to it's going to do decent damage to everything else, and also provides the switch in. So I'm able to run the Volturn Core with Braviary and Mega Manetric. Also running Defiant this time too, mainly for the Granbull if that wants to come in on Braviary. Because if it does, then it's just gonna take a huge Brave Bird, and it's not gonna be fun for it. So yeah, and Roost for recovery, and with the lefties as well. So that's pretty much it for Braviary. And now we're going to move on to Suicune. So this is going to be Suicune's set. So this is pretty much the same set I had the first week. Mixed defense, mixed defensive Suicune, Calm Nature. This time the moveset's going to be Shadow Ball, Mirror Coat, Scald, and Calm Mind. Shadow Ball mainly to catch the Starmie. Mirror Coat to take those special attacks. Also to take a Solar Beam from Charizard Y. Because actually with this set, I believe a Solar Beam does about 60%, I believe, to Suicune. So with the Mirror Coat, once Suicune gets hit with it, then Mirror Coat's just going to bounce back at it, and Charizard Y is going to drop. Skull is also good for burning some stuff, and the Calm Mind to set up as well, with the leftovers too. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Suicune. And yeah, so I feel like well, actually, I meant to say that I actually had a practice battle too, a couple days ago with Brad Muse. So again, thank you to him for telling me that this team's good and stuff. Yeah, the team that he had used actually, because again he was using Sneaky Draft. I believe he had Gramble, Druddigan. I think he had Heracross. No, he had T-Tar, Roserade, Gramble, Druddigan, Accelgor, and Heliolisk for his team. So I was able to beat it. I was able to beat that team he made. It was kind of hard though because, well, for one, that Heliolisk was kind of a problem. Also, Accelgor was pretty weird. He was running an Acid Armor Baton Passing set for T-Tar, which was kind of weird, but also pretty cool, and such. But yeah. So this is the team I think he's gonna bring. I'm pretty sure I was thinking that he wasn't gonna bring Charizard Y because Mega Manectric just pressures that thing so hard. I really don't think he's gonna bring it. He's more than likely gonna bring T-Tar though, because he wants to set up the sand and stuff to take those special hits. So definitely he's gonna bring T-Tar. Probably gonna bring Druddigan too, because I think is a pretty good defensive wall. But he probably sees that I have he sees that I have mainly special attackers, so there's a chance he may not bring Druddigan. But if he does, he still can. So T-Tar, Druddigan. Probably gonna bring. I don't think he's gonna bring Starmie. I mean, he could bring Starmie. Maybe run this like a Choice Scarf set to outspeed Mega Manectric and such. He could bring that. He has that option. Also, he can run it defensively as well. So yeah, T-Tar, Druddigan, Starmie. I definitely think he's gonna bring Gramble. I mean, well, he can bring Gramble, because it's a fairy type, and I don't really have much. I mean, my only answers to fairy types are Klefki and Nidoqueen, so there's a chance that he may bring Gramble, regardless. So that's an option he has. He could bring Heracross too. Heracross is a threat, with that Mach as well, so he definitely has that option. Also, Heracross can run Guts too, so he definitely can do that. He could run his Scarf, which would be pretty scary, but again, he has that option to do so. So yeah, I think he's gonna bring Heracross. So T-Tar, Starmie, Druddigan, Gramble, Heracross, and I think he's gonna bring something to do really well under the sand. So I think he's gonna bring probably Gigalith, to have that sand support. So that's what I think he's gonna bring. So yeah, if he does bring this team, then again I'm pretty much able to handle it. Blaziken can handle it. Pinsir can handle it. And such. So yeah. So I will see you guys when the battle happens, and take care.